play on. They got it right early, yeah. The pass here from Juwan Howard, Chris Webber with a slam. Michigan hit their first 7 shots. The route was on, right? Wrong. Off the miss, Brent Scott with the rebound, the putback here. Nice play. Tied at 25, that's right. Rice actually led by 1 at the half, but Michigan coach Fisher wasn't panicking. Chris Webber responding emphatically. Michigan up by 2. Rice comes right back, though. Moore with the 3. Rice leads by 1. Michigan then goes on an 8-zip run. Jimmy King doing his part. The Wolverines up by 2. Chris Webber then puts the game away late. He said it was gut time, and they rose to the occasion. Yes, they did. The #1 team in the nation wins it by only 4. Webber with 20 points, 19 rebounds. Fabulous they weren't, but they still pulled it out. And the Wolverines never led Rice by more than 6 points in this game. #3, Kansas, meantime, at home against Georgia. Hero of the '88 championship Jayhawk team, Danny Manning, had his jersey retired. First half, Adonis Jordan for 3. Kansas 5 of 7 on 3s in the first half. All eyes were, though, on this man, junior college transfer Darren Hancock, living up to all expectations. Kansas up by 8, but then Rex Walters helps Kansas pull away by 15. Georgia coach Hugh Durham a bit concerned. Second half, look out. It was Anderson with a reverse layup, then Rex Walters from outside. Kansas back up by 13. This was the kind of game it was. Look at this, Kansas, the give and go. Yes, Darren Hancock finishing off the play. Need you see more from this man. 16 points, 8 rebounds. Duke and Canisius, Bobby Hurley leading the route. And yes, this one was a rout. Hurley scored 17. Grant Hill had his chance at start on the steal and the jam. Hill with a career-high 28. And Cherokee Parks, awesome, 7 of 7 shooting. He finished with 16. Then it was Hurley doing his thing with a nifty dribbling. And then the great pass here, connecting with Hill. Hurley with 10 assists. Duke, yeah, big, 110. Kidd and company playing Sacramento State. Here's an example of why Kidd is so heralded. 11 points he had, but what he does best, the full court no-look pass to Hendrick, who drains the J. Kidd trapping the ball, makes the steal here. Great hands, and then the pass to Haas, who feeds Murray for the slam. Kidd, 11 points, 10 assists, 6 steals. Not a bad day.
State. In Iowa, A.C. Earl driving and hits Curtis Street, who's fouled. Street had 17 points. The Hawkeyes' Val Barnes missing the 3, but A.C. Earl there for the rebound and score. Iowa out-rebounding Valley State 56-36. They had a 21-point lead. Barnes the alley-oop to A.C. Earl, who had 23. Iowa winning easily, 100, cute kid there, 169. Freshman Kenyon Murray helping out with Ryan Mahoney, replacing Lou Carnesecca as the Redmond head coach after Mahoney spent 16 years as an assistant. David Kane, one of his first moves, his first start after 89 games with St. John's, and he responded with 12 points and 12 assists. St. John's leading, and the turnover, Maurice Brown gets it to Carl Beckett, who goes to the hoop. An 87-59 advantage for the Redmen. Charles Minland on the break slams it home. And Mahoney starts out with a big win, 101-68. They've never lost a game.
All Memphis State, Anthony Hardaway, the second-year player with the big move, and the Tigers of Larry Finch up 14 at the break. Second half, though, Arkansas comes back. Roger Crawford from the corner. Junior college transfer out of Birmingham buries another 3. Then Darryl Hawkins, it looked like Mayberry and Day looked like they were back out there, even though they're with the Bucks in the NBA. And Robert Shepard, smallest player on the floor. Arkansas on a 15-0 run to get back in this game. They stay hot in the lead. Crawford behind the back. Great move on the lay-in. He had 18. Then Hawkins dishes to Shepard. Score it with 1. Hawkins had 20. But back come the Tigers, down 4. It's Hardaway. What a 3 this is to cut the lead to 1. Nolan Richardson, reason to be concerned. Still 3 points. Hardaway tries to tie. Drew the iron, and as Tim Brando said, you heard him, the iron was unkind. And Arkansas on their way to a victory by 5. This a ranking upset, but in Las Vegas, this was a pick'em game, so don't call it a major upset. There are no upsets in a rivalry like this. The Hogs were down. John Calipari looks like he's doing the chop in Seminole country. Early on, Florida State, Bobby Sura goes behind the back for a terrific lay-in, but the Minutemen answer. Mike Williams, watch this. Fake. What a move on Sura. UMass by 2 at the break. This was a close game all the way. Florida State by 3. Mike Williams, the steal. Bobby Sura is a smart player, but makes a stupid play there. potentially costly play. Fortunately, Williams was not all that seriously hurt. It was a one-point game after the free throws. UMass turned it over on the travel, and the Chris Myers lookalike was unhappy. Florida State hit a pair of free throws. Lewis Rowe, a three to tie. Same thing. Not kind iron, Timmy B. Wherever you go, this game ends in a three-point Florida State win for Pat Kennedy. Douglas Edwards was upset that his teammates on Florida State didn't get him the ball at the end of 2 losses last week. Well, guess who scored 12 of the last 5 teams for the Noles? Douglas Edwards. Those numbers for Lewis Rowe, career highs. Opponent for number 5 Kentucky's opener, Wright State. That is Roderick Rhodes out of New York. Another New Yorker imported by Petito making his debut. He had 16 points. He will be a good one for Rick in his 4th season already at Kentucky. Here's Travis Ford. The good pressure defense makes the steal, keeps it, and goes all the way to the hoop. But this game was close. Wright State hanging right in there. Bill Edwards on the outlet sends it in, and the Raiders were close in this game, but the monster mash, Jamal Mashburn, what a behind-the-back pass. The guy who can do it all at both ends of the court to Jeff Branson. Score not indicative of the game. It was close, but Kentucky won by 81-65. Rodney Dent, a 6'10 transfer. And welcome to the debut of Othella Harrington, the new big man in the Hoya Gray, doing it on both ends. The block, they teach this. You block one end, you run the floor, and you finish the miss from the guard at the other end. Hoya's by 17. Watch Harrington corral the loose ball on this next play. Pretty spin. He's been watching Patrick Ewing's moves. He thinks he can get away with the travel already. Well, it didn't matter. He had 2 of his 20 right there, and more Hoyas. Joey Brown, nice backdoor to Robert Churchwell, slammed the door early and often on the Monarchs from Division II of St. Leo. 88-49 the final count. Iona and the Redmen get the putback from Lamont. Middleton grabs the rebound. The Gales hang tough. Bashakim Mustafi to Corey Taylor for the 3. And the Redmen's lead were only 6 at the half, but the second half, Shawnell Scott to Derek Brown, who rocks the rim. Then on the break, it's David Kane to Shawnell Scott for the lay-in. Reason for Brian Mahoney to smile in the what used to be the lap chick. He's off to a good start. Nice hit passing. Eric Mobley, Brian Brush, Antoine Jones the dunk. Panthers by 11. Then Ahmad Sharif to 5'11", Jerry McCullough. Sky McCullough with the slam. Then Antoine Jones the alley-oop to the mobile Mobley. More tough Pittsburgh defense leading to offense. It's D. Jones to Mobley. Look at the reverse slam. Well done. 89-75. The Panthers, in a down year for the Big East, could make some noise. They were early going. It was this guy. He looked familiar? Yeah, it's another one of Rick Barry's sons, Brent Barry, playing for Oregon State. Watch the nice reverse here and the foul. And just like Dad, he shoots the free throws the same style, and he made one there. But Dad has thrown up his share of bad shots, and Brent threw up one there. We're only joking, Rick. But he makes the fast break dunk here. He had a good game. The game itself, second half. Watch Kenneth Connolly. This is great effort underneath to get the 2. The Sooners were down in certain portions of this game in the second half, too. But Pete Lewis makes the steal to Angelo Hamilton. Yeah, the Big 8 is back at the Lloyd Noble Center. Pull up for the 3 on the break. That's old Billy Tubbs basketball. Oklahoma hangs on to beat Oregon State by 3. Brian, it's because the 2-ton scoreboard crashed to the center of the court before the game. Thankfully, no one was hurt. The safety cables helped prevent that. Action did get started. Dickie Simpkins the miss. Michael Smith the miss. Dickie Simpkins the putback, he said. Providence up 5. Second half, Robert Morris tried to come back, but Abdullah with the nice feed to Michael Smith for the hoop, and the Friars go on to win 78-49. Rob Felt.
Too much inside from North Carolina. Mainly Eric Montrose. A big guy bulls his way to the hoop, and there's nobody to defend him. Tar Heels kept the inside pressure on and built a huge lead. Their other star, the forward George Lynch, off a miss, 30-15 Heels early. Nothing's changed. I don't know why Dean's nervous. North Carolina kept pounding it inside, and Montrose was the man. 108-97. Eric Montrose, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 block shots. Another night at the office. Tar Heels will now play Texas, who overcame Princeton's tedious slowdown half-court offense and pulled away by 10. So Texas is next. Over at the Hawkeye Classic, the Hawkeyes were, well, classic, ripping Texas Pan Am. Dr. Tom Davis, 43-1 at home in non-conference games. I don't know, it's sort of padding the schedule or what, but anyway, he's next to invincible. 2, West Lafayette, Weber State playing Purdue, and this looks like a football game of offensive linemen trying to pick up the ball. Well, who's got it? Looks like, first down, Wildcats. Yeah. Second half, Purdue by 4 at the half, and now by a dozen, Glenn Robinson. Look at him. charging into the picture to slam it home. But the Wildcats on the break 3-on-1. Look at this nifty 360 move by Al Hamilton, who had 23. Gene Cady snarling. Purdue answers. Conzo Martin the miss, but Matt Waddell down to Robinson for the thunder dunk. The Boilermakers back up by a dozen. 17th ranked Purdue wins it. Had put 4 people in